Hello and welcome to Confessions of a Refashionista. I'm Refashionista Sherry and I am here to show you how to live affordably, sustainably, because why? Being eco-friendly shouldn't cost the earth. Okay, so now that's done. We are today in the corner of my little teeny tiny dining room because today I have another made out of wood tutorial for you, and it involves my vintage crockery here. Now, when I moved from Berlin, Germany to Canada, unfortunately, a lot of my vintage crockery that I had inherited got, chipped. A bunch of it got destroyed. So my lovely dining set here is really worse for wear. But fear not, because I'm going to transform some of these little chipped cups and saucers into an absolutely adorable piece of decor that, I can then pass on to future generations. And it's just a really cute way to kind of upcycle your chipped mugs, cups, what have you. And before we get started though, if you want to know about how to create my kind of structured, cool t-shirt here, wow, sun has clearly come out and now it disappeared again. So if you want to know how to make this cool structured t-shirt, I shall link the tutorial for you down below. But for now, let's get started making my adorable upcycled teacup fairy garden. For this delightful DIY decor project, you'll need a cup and saucer. This is a great way to upcycle those chipped cups and saucers that you may have lying around. Some little plastic toys, wooden toothpicks, wooden chopsticks, or alternatively, you can use popsicle sticks, your glue gun or all-purpose glue, and something to fill your cup with, such as dollar store bathroom beads or craft moss. So your first step is to simply glue your cup to the saucer. Now, because this does have a chip in it, I am going to be gluing the chipped edge facing the back of my saucer. Next, we need to create our ladder so our adorable fairies and little gnomes can climb up our teacup. So to do that, we're just going to grab our chopsticks or the popsicle sticks, decide what kind of angle we're going to stick the ladder at, and then mark where it needs to be cut. Now we have to chop our chopsticks to size. Now I just simply like to score through the wood with an X-Acto knife, and then usually they break off pretty cleanly. Now you can simply put your thumbs on either side of your scoring marks and give it a good snap, but I like to use my pliers just because it gives it a much cleaner looking break. Next, you want to grab 4 or 5 toothpicks and chop off the pokey ends if they have them. So now that we have all of our ladder pieces, we can glue them together. Now that the ladder is done, we can grab our cup and saucer again and start putting it all together. So first, we are going to fill our cup about 3/4 of the way, just with some random filler. You can use a bit of the craft moss if you want. You can use balled up paper. Whatever you have on hand will work. The only thing you have to make sure to do is squirt some glue into your cup and on the sides, just as a bit of security to hold it in place. Now, because I've already decided that I am making a little garden in my teacup, I know I am going to be using this lovely green craft moss. However, if you want to do more of a water scene, then go ahead and grab those dollar store glass beads and place a bunch of those over top of your cup filler and create the illusion of a lovely seaside. So now, just like I did with my cup filler, I am going to put a whole bunch of glue first all around, and then place my craft moss in place. Next, we're going to position our ladder and stick it in place. Editing Sherry here. Does anybody else have a really squeaky glue gun? Now, if you want, you can put a little bit of the craft moss just sticking in those little bloops of glue on the bottom of the ladder just to kind of cover it up a little bit. That looks so adorable. Now, this whole project is so much fun to make, but we are coming up on now the most enjoyable part. And this is when you get to arrange all of your little toys, all of your little furnishings for your tiny little fairy teacup garden. And I mean, if you have a kiddo like mine who kind of has a large collection of these, then it is very, very easy to find lots of little chairs and perhaps even a little sofa, a little kitty cat here. And again, even if you don't have a kiddo or you're not around any kids, these can easily be picked up, like bags of them, at thrift stores or even at your local dollar and discount stores. Alrighty, I think I have decided on my little toy setup here, and I already went ahead and glued some of the craft moss to the bottom of my little faux tree here, and I also stuck a little tiny scrap of fabric to my tiny table as a tablecloth before I stuck on the cute little cupcakes. So now the only thing I need to do is glue everything into place. Let's see how I display them right here upstairs on my half tables that have my plants. And I just love this extra bit of adorable greenery there. And the fairies can come and visit whenever they want to. I mean, that is just so adorable. And thank you so much again to my buddy Megan for sending me this fairy garden sign. It just fits so perfectly on here. And I mean, how wonderful this sorry, losing my thoughts again. How wonderful is this type of upcycle? Because you could, most people would just chuck out their chipped and broken crockery, but don't do that. Raid your kiddo's toy stash and make one of these. They're just absolutely fantastic. Now, if you love free tutorials, of course, I mean, my channel is absolutely full of them. Refashionistasherry.com, my site is absolutely full of them, all wonderfully indexed and categorized for you. Also, you can get a free ebook from me if you head over to refashionistasherry.com. And in the ebook, I, kind of teach you all about what sustainable fashion is. There's a whole section in there about the journey of how a t-shirt actually gets made, plus the costs behind it. And yeah, my wonderful 4-step DIY wardrobe audit is also in the book. So go to refashionistasherry.com and get your free ebook. Plus, while you're there, check out my e-courses. They are super duper cool. And I spent literally months working on these courses, and I am so proud of them. So please do check them out. Let me know what you think down below. And if you have any other kind of unique items you would love for me to upcycle, like maybe you have something in the back of a cupboard somewhere, in your garage, in your basement, in, you know, a box hidden somewhere that you just can't get rid of it for whatever reason, but you're not wearing it anymore, you're not using it anymore. It doesn't have to be clothes, clearly. It can be just about anything. I have a whole index here on my channel made out of what tutorials that are all of my kind of surprising things that I have created out of other surprising things. So please check that out as well. And yeah, I don't know what else to say as always. Oh, right, just noticing here behind me. You may think maybe my kiddo did this amazing piece of art, but no, my dog recently had to stay in a doggy daycare because I had some appointments I had to deal with. And yeah, this is his art. When I picked him up, he had made this art. How absolutely adorable is that? So I think I'm going to try to recreate this and maybe make a tutorial about how your pet can also make some art for you. So watch out for that. And as always, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.